Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for this 9-game Saturday slate. Let's jump into it. You can drop a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Last night took the first loss of the season as Bradley Beal once again forgot how to shoot. He had like 5 of 20. Now, I think the Wizards play again tonight. Yeah, so watch him go lights out tonight. Just the way it can go sometimes, but definitely looking to get back on track today. We got a really fast-paced game here in Houston, which is by far the highest total on the slate. So, lots to talk about. Let's get started here at point guard. I think both Harden and Westbrook are really solid plays. They're both pretty cheap and underpriced. Harden just 2 of 13, 1 of 8 from 3. Just some of these superstars have been having a rough time in the first couple games shooting the ball. But it was also a tough matchup against Milwaukee, against that scuffling defense. So I understand it here against the Pelicans, who don't really play defense. They play fast. They run up and down the court. The Rockets have a 124.5 total here. Definitely like the Rockets a ton. I love Harden. I love Westbrook. Trae Young at 8,800 had a big game to start off the season. I think he's definitely fine. Although the Magic do play slow, and last season were one of the better defenses in the NBA. They do have some big bodies there, so it's going to be tough for Trae Young to drive to the rim with Gordon, Isaac playing the 3, and you got Vooch still down there. Now, we got a bunch of teams on back-to-back. The Suns are one of them. The Pelicans are also one of them. The Celtics are one of them. The Knicks, just a bunch of teams on back-to-back. The Raptors, Bulls, the Kings, and Jazz. So, we'll see if anybody rests here. There also are some injury news to monitor, like De'Aaron Fox is questionable. That could open up huge value there. Joel Embiid is questionable. Another guy that if he's out, the slate just completely changes. So I might make another video later in the day, or I might just post the updates. But right now I have Westbrook here 91. I think he's going to have a big game. I could see a scenario where both him and James Harden have monster games and maybe even get a triple-double, as both were close last game. And Westbrook did that in 33 minutes. So I could see that game. I could see his minutes definitely rise here if the game is close. At shooting guard, I cannot go back to Bradley Beal today. Like I said, better than 5 of 20. He was 5 of 20. 7 of 22, another terrible game shooting the ball. Now facing the Spurs on the road on a back-to-back, I just can't do it, and his price tag went up. Holiday is another guy that's been really struggling to shoot the ball. 2 of 11 last game. I think in this one it's going to be fine. I think he's going to have a fine game just because it's going to be a fast-paced game. They should put up points. I think he's fine, although I think Harden is potentially has a chance to break the slate. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he's going to rebound from his bad shooting performance. Donovan Mitchell, 7,900, also a fine play. Levine broke out last game. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that 2 games in a row, put up 37 points. But he's definitely a solid player. And against this Raptors team, they do have some undersized guards, so he could get there at 77. I think Brogdon's a solid value. You can probably go back to Van Fleet. Lamb's questionable, so definitely have some injury news to monitor. But I think I'm definitely going to pay up for... Right now, I'm going to be paying up for Westbrook and Harden. Just by far the highest total on the slate, like I said. Both can put up 60-plus points. And having both of them in the lineup, I think it feels pretty good. Just because the Rockets should go off in this game. A small forward, you can pay up for like Ben Simmons. I would definitely probably pay up for Ben Simmons if Embiid is out. I don't mind Leonard either at 8,900. Only played 21 minutes, but he put up 40 fantasy points against the Warriors. He's just a monster point-per-minute guy. Brandon Ingram's off to a great start to the season, 6,900. He's had a couple of big games. They need him to shoot the ball, especially with the way the offense is flowing right now with Holiday not shooting the ball well. I think he's fine. You got to like the price tag on Tobias Harris. 6,200 for him. Way too cheap. Especially if Embiid's out, the Sixers become a really nice team to stack. Oubre once again got the job done. Back-to-back here against a tough defense. I think he can still be fine just because the price tag's appealing. But I don't think he's a lock at that price tag. But I think he's a fine play. But I'm going to go with a value guy here, a value punt who's been getting the job done because the Pelicans have been playing pretty small. And without Zion, and the first guy off the bench has been Josh Hart, who's at 3,900. 3,600, so really cheap guy. He's played 28 and 26 minutes the last 2 games. Last game he was 1 rebound shy of a double-double. The game before that he did get a double-double. So he's been crashing the glass very effectively. They need him to with the lack of size on the team right now. And I think at 3,600 he could definitely return solid value here with this game projected to be the highest total game on the slate. Because this game should be a shootout. The $3,600 for a guy that's the first guy off the bench. If Redick struggles or if Redick didn't play a lot of minutes last game, he could close, and just because Redick's not a very good defender. So I like Hart here on the other side. Power forward, you got guys like Siakam at 85. Got the job done, even though he had 5 turnovers and no steals or blocks. Just going to be dominating all year. He's fine at 8,500. I think Markkanen could have a bounce back spot this game against the Raptors. Siakam's a good defender, but I think Markkanen at 8,100 definitely has some solid potential. Then you could go Sabonis at 75 for value. You could go even cheap here with Oubre at power forward, even though the matchup's not as safe. But I will go back to $4,000 for Bjelica here. $4,000 facing off against a Jazz defense that plays either Jeff Green or they play Royce O'Neal at the 4. So Bjelica should, assuming he starts again, should have a really solid matchup there. He played 28 minutes. You're going to see him play 25 to 30 minutes, with the injury to Bagley, and he could have a big game. He's going to have a big game probably a couple times that he starts for Bagley when he gets hot from shooting the ball. He only took 5 shots. And if Fox is out, that's going to open up more opportunities for him. So definitely like him at 4K as a value option. At center, we got Drummond here. If Embiid is healthy, you won't have Drummond. Embiid and Drummond, their history goes back a few years. I think Embiid might play just because of the fact that he is facing Drummond. We got to keep an eye on that. But if you're going cheap here, you could go with, you talked about Sabonis. John Collins, I think, is fine. They're going to need Collins' size against the Magic front court. I like Miles Turner a lot. 6,300 for him. He's always underpriced. He is always underpriced, and he still has monster upside. 1 rebound shy of a double-double last game. He's a great block center. He's one of the best at blocking shots. Really good defensive center. Now facing off against Tristan Thompson, who lives in the paint. All of his shots are right at the rim. So good chance for him to get rebounds. Good chance for him to potentially swat a couple of those away. And at 63, just really underpriced for a guy that has 50-point upside. And last but not least, a value guy I like at guard is $4,900 for Josh Richardson. Just think that price tag is really cheap for Richardson. He's obviously starting for the team, starting shooting guard. He's a solid point per minute guy. And this game against Detroit, they don't really have very good shooting guards or really point guards. If Jackson misses, and Derrick Rose will start probably, and he's not a good defender. And they have Bruce Brown at the shooting guard position. I think Richardson is going to be able to have a big game. Last time out, only shot 33% from the floor, but he's also a good defensive player, can rack up steals in a hurry, and I'm expecting him to shoot the ball better. And 49 is just too cheap for a guy that also does run backup point guard at times when Simmons rests. So you got to like Jay Rich at that price tag. But that's it for right now. Like I said, we got a lot of injury news to monitor on the slate, so things might definitely change. But I think this is a pretty solid first look. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can like the video if you enjoyed, and good luck today.